Welcome to the 360 training tutorial, Building a Simple Course 2, Providing Organizational Structure. In this tutorial, we will expand on the course we built in the last tutorial to give it a more comprehensive organizational structure and effective table of contents. Let's take a closer look. Our current course consists of 15 scenes in a completely flat structure. Each of the scenes is directly under the course route. When we preview, we note that we can click forwards and backwards through the scenes. But there's nothing in the table of contents to help orient us to where we are, or allow us to jump to a specific piece of content. That's because our course doesn't have any content objects. Content objects help organize information, similar to the dividers in a notebook or the chapters in a textbook. Here's a course that has a lot of content objects. It has modules. Which are broken into lessons. Which are broken into topics of 1 to 3 pages or scenes. Unless we have a very short course, we will want to use content objects to help organize the material. Let's add content objects to organize our course into lessons and topics. To add a content object, right-click the course route and then select Add Content Object. We want the name of the content object to display in the table of contents for the course, so we'll make sure the Show an Outline box stays checked. We'll give the content object a name and click Save. Let's go ahead and make content objects for lessons 2 and 3 while we're at it. Now we'll organize. The content on this scene provides an overview to making an omelet. So let's copy and paste it onto our Lesson 1 content object. And delete the original. Now in Lesson 1, there are effectively 3 topics: ingredients, steps, and troubleshooting. Rather than lumping all these scenes together, we'll add content objects to make it easier for learners to find exactly what they need. Since we want these content objects to go under Lesson 1, we'll right-click Lesson 1 to make them. Then we'll move in our scenes. Note that Topic 2, Steps for Making an Omelet, actually takes 3 scenes to complete. While you can't drag scenes onto an empty content object, you can drag scenes onto other scenes. Let's do that. We click and drag a scene, and drop it onto the first scene. It pops below the scene on which it was dropped. We click and drag another scene, and drop it on the second scene. Again, it pops below the scene on which it was dropped. Note that if we accidentally dropped our scene in the wrong place, we could always click and drag it to another position. Scenes always pop below the scene on which they are dropped. The same thing applies to content objects. When you drag a content object to another content object, it always pops below the content object on which it was dropped. We can also copy and paste content objects. Notice that the scenes under Lesson 2 also were copied. We may delete content objects too. Deleting a content object will also delete the scenes under it. Now on to Lesson 1, Topic 3, Troubleshooting Common Omelet Disasters. This content object doesn't have any scenes yet, so we can't drag our scene into it. We'll copy and paste. To organize Lessons 2 and 3, we do the same thing, adding our content objects, moving in the scenes we already have, or adding new scenes at whatever organizational level they're needed. Remember, to edit a scene or a content object, all you have to do is double-click to open it, make your changes, and click Save. Let's take a look at our course. We right-click either a scene or the top level of our course to preview. Now we have a nice two-level course structure that lets us go directly to important pieces of content with a single click. Much better. We have created a well-organized multi-level course structure for our LCMS course. Thank you for watching this 360 Training LCMS course building demonstration. We hope you found the information helpful. For more information on the principles covered in this tutorial, see the LCMS Training Manual modules Building a Basic Course and Streamlining Workflow.